Sup witches, today we are continuing connecting with the tarot and we're talking about the Five of Swords, and I'm late to post this video because it really took me forever to color this card. I really did not want to deal with this card. This is the Tarot Coloring Book by Theresa Reed and you probably already know it. And let's see some of the keywords for this card. From the Tarot Coloring Book, the Five of Swords can represent the winning through deceit and underhand tactics. Defeat, loss, betrayal, cruelty. So now if we talk about the Five of Swords and we go in the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot, it brings a different perspective on the card. Let me tell you about it. So the figures positions, there's three figures, right? The low one, the medium one, and the big one at the front. Large, medium, tiny. This could mark the stations of a very personal development. Equally, a scene showing a certain encounter or confrontation with others. There's water behind in the background, which can be the link between intellect and feelings, air and water. The backward glance, so the main figure at the front is looking behind. And usually when you look behind, it's like if you're looking at the past. The large figure looks back at the two other ones. Negative meanings, arrogance, wishing others ill. Positive meanings, regard, participation, consideration, satisfaction over one's growth. If we see the tiny one, the medium one, the large one, it's like if this person was growing and going through his personal development, so he can be looking back at his past and how he has grown, or the usual meaning, he's just looking behind at others with arrogance. The clouds in the card, you see some gray clouds, false or foggy mental aims and discord in the air. He's holding three swords and there's two swords on the ground. Negative, uncompleted mental efforts. Some of the weapons of the intellect remain unused, half-truth. Positive meanings, doubts can be overcome. So the two swords are kind of like the doubts. One works on the information which one has. So you work with the information that you have. You have three swords. Maybe you don't have access to everybody's information, but you work with the information that you have. And it represents the idea of the card, because you might not have seen the whole picture or the other people's perspective, but you think you're right and you're holding three swords and you're all happy about it. And obviously it's up to you to see who you are or who the querent of your reading is in this card. Is it the people behind that feel defeated, or is it somebody at the front who's arrogant and thinks he's a winner? Meanwhile, he's not really a winner. The colors of the main person, red and green. Envy, taking malicious pleasure in others, bad luck, immaturity, will and potential for growth, learning, enjoying progress and development. The story of the three figures can also be told the other way around, from large to small. Back to the roots. The source return recalled the research for wellspring of life. The islands at the other, after the water, you see there's some islands in the card. An opposite shore, taking account of a contrary stance, seeing the other side, point of view, overcoming difficulties. Look at both triumph and disaster and try to see their deeper significance. And if we go to the 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack about this card, she says that it's quite a hard card to have. I will not disagree with that. So conflict or loss, extreme of defeat. Sometimes the meaning of the card will focus on the large figure in the foreground, the victor. More commonly, we identify with the two figures turned away. They have lost battle and now the whole world bears down on them. The water choppy, the sky jagged. A sense of humiliation as well as weakness goes with the defeat. The image of an enemy can refer to a real person, to an overall situation, or to an inner feeling of inadequacy. Reversed meanings. The painful quality of the card remains, but the emphasis might change. Right side up indicates the moment of defeat. Reversed extends this to the despair felt afterwards. Swords are more pessimistic than any other cards in Major Arcana. Yeah, it's true. And some of the reversed meanings from the tarot coloring book for this card would be healing after a conflict, taking what is left and moving on, recovery ahead, even though it may seem impossible right now. Wonderful meanings by Theresa Reed. It's not a fun card to have, unfortunately. I'm glad I'm done with this one, and sorry for posting this video late. I'm really procrastinating on the swords because I don't think I like them. But the next card I actually like, the Six of Swords I like, so it's gonna be a good card to have for the next week. Yay. We will be doing the Six of Swords.